Hey, I wanted to post a video on what I'm using as my recirculation pump up in my display tank here. I am using a Tunze 6150, made in Germany. Really nice pump. Originally I had the Ecotech MP10, and it's kind of a cool pump. I like the design. However, as it would increase and decrease flow, it kind of just made this annoying sort of quiet whine. I heard, you can take it apart and maybe change the bearings and stuff, but I didn't really want to get into all that. So when I heard about this pump coming out, I went ahead and bought it. So give you kind of a little information about the pump. This pump is a little different than pretty much any pump you're going to see out there, because you can kind of see the propeller in there spinning. It's in this pretty long enclosure, but what's really unique about it is it's actually the shaft in there that's spinning is actually magnetically kind of hovering in the middle of that case. So there are really, there's a tiny bearing at the very bottom that kind of keeps it from going too low in the case. But basically, there's no parts that are moving that are touching another part. There's no bearings. There's no, nothing. I mean, it pretty much just levitates in there and spins. So the big advantage is, first off, very few moving parts. Basically just the shaft spinning in a magnetic field. So nothing to really wear out. And the more important thing to me is it is silent. I'll shut up for a second so you can just hear this pump operate. So there's a little bit of noise, but actually what that is the return pump. I'm sitting about a foot away, and I cannot hear this thing actually spinning. It's a little large, so just for comparison's sake, here's your typical beer, and it's about the size of a beer, maybe a little shorter. But you can hide it behind the rockwork. It uses kind of a let's see if I can turn this thing. It uses kind of this this all comes apart. You can look at other videos on that, but basically you can kind of vector that wherever you want to. And you can see it's actually moving quite a bit of water. Let me turn it around here. Move it right back to where it was. It moves a ton of water. I mean, if you can see in the tank, it's kind of hard to see right now just because I don't have a light over top, but things are flowing around pretty good. I pretty much run this maybe between the lowest setting and maybe 5 to 10% above it. So I love this pump. The other thing I wanted to show you guys real quick is this. So this is the Tunze 6105.5000. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to run this pump off of an external battery. And what's really nice about that is you could plug this into like your typical outboard kind of deep cycle battery. Those are not that expensive, maybe 80 or 100 bucks. And Roger at Tunze, I think, was saying that for every amp hour you get 1 hour out of this pump. So a lot of those deep cycle batteries are like 100 amp hours. So you can get like 100 hours of standby time, which would be pretty, probably at that point your aquarium's starting to cool off. So there's other problems. But I mean, it's really kind of a cool system to keep everything going. You kind of have to build your aquarium around, those occasional catastrophic problems that might end up, damaging your reef. So I just happen to have everything out of the tank because I ended up putting a new piece of black acrylic back there on the back. So while I did it, I thought I'd just do this quick video on it. And I definitely recommend the pump. It's not cheap, but if you're looking for probably the quietest pump, I'm pretty sure this is it. So hope this helps someone. Thanks.